Mentalhealth.gov says mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects what we think, feel, and act. It also helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. Mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood and adolescence through adulthood. One way to look at it is if you think of it as a timeline. We're born into the world, and we develop through childhood to adulthood, and everything is great. Well, that can be true, but most of the times our lives vary. We might have the everyday ups and downs of life, but sometimes our life is anything but predictable. Our mental health can be thought of as a timeline as well. One side of the spectrum, we have good mental health. The other side of the spectrum, we have poor mental health. While everything is not known about mental health, there have been a lot of studies, and one of them done by Kaiser called Adverse Childhood Experiences, or ACEs. The study looked at how traumatic experience in our life can lead to different health challenges and life struggles. While we have learned a tremendous amount about mental health challenges, there is still more to learn. So let's take a look at some statistics. Did you know that 20% of youth between the ages of 13 to 18 live with a mental health condition? That's 1 in every 5 people. Another statistic says that 50% of all lifetime cases of mental health challenges begin by the age of 14, and 75% by the age of 24. Do you know the signs of if someone's facing a mental health challenge? Well, let's name a few of them, and maybe you can relate to one of these or know someone who can. Feeling very sad or withdrawn for long periods of time. Trying to harm or kill yourself or making plans to do so. Out of control or taking extremely risky behaviors that cause harm. Sudden overwhelming fear for no reason, sometimes with a racing heart, physical discomfort or fast breathing. Severe mood swings that cause relationship problems. And there are many more that you may or may not know that exist. So if 1 in 5 people are impacted by mental health challenges, why do we talk about it in such a negative way? And why don't we talk about it at all? If mental health challenges impact 20% of our population, isn't it time we treated it like any other health challenge? Shouldn't we be talking about how to support health and wellness? Well, 2 main reasons that we don't talk about it as much is because of the stigma and discrimination for people with mental health challenges. Historically, and even up to this very day, stigma is a set of negative and often unfair beliefs that a society or group of people have about something or someone. Discrimination is when people treat a person or particular group of people differently in a way that is worse than the way other people are usually treated. So let's look at different types of stigma. Social stigma is when people with mental health challenges experience prejudice and discrimination because of a psychiatric label they have been given. Self-stigma is when individuals who live with mental health conditions may start to believe or internalize stereotypes about themselves. Cultural stigma is when a person's cultural and religious teachings speak negatively about the origins and nature of mental health conditions. So what can we do? We'll give you some ideas. The Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, or SAMHSA, created a great tool called the 8 Dimensions of Wellness as a way to build healthier behaviors and to assist in developing better ways to cope. So let's go over the 8 dimensions of wellness. There is financial, intellectual, vocational, social, physical, environmental, spiritual, and emotional. Remembering and thinking about these areas can support health and wellness when things happen that may harm our well-being. So there are 8 dimensions, but you may want to focus on one area. The main thing is to begin building wellness tools and behaviors to support our wellness to the best of our abilities. When these 8 dimensions are applied, you begin to build resilience, which supports in attempting to bounce back from stress, trauma, challenges, or tragedies. So here are some other things you can do if you or someone you know face a mental health challenge. Accept and acknowledge the feelings that people express. If someone needs to tell you, make sure you actively listen. Read and talk about it with a friend with similar experiences or to a professional to get support. Surround yourself with a supportive network of friends, family, or local support groups. Seek counseling to start to learn how to deal with your challenges. Treat yourself with care. Take time out for yourself and allow yourself time to reflect. Remember that 1 in 5 people face it, and that none of us are alone as we deal with stigma and discrimination. We can support and promote the health and wellness of ourselves in our communities. So join us as we take a stand against stigma and discrimination.